you doing? This is the classic With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles. This is my acoustic guitar interpretation. So it starts at the end of Sgt. Pepper. There's a build-up where it says Billy Shears, and it's C. Incidentally, I've kind of made this into like a bar chord, kind of a practice example. Why? Well, the reason I did that was because when you're playing this song and you've got these eighth notes with an eighth rest after it, and we're going to talk about this more, but it's easier to squeeze and release the pressure versus trying to play. See, I have to come back and mute the strings real quick. So when you hear a song that does that kind of a thing, like a pulsing with a rest, it might make more sense to play a bar chord because you can squeeze and release the pressure. So anyway, C, major, bar chord. I use my fourth finger. Don't be afraid. Use your third. But I'm always a fourth finger bar. I don't know why. Okay, triplets, eighth note triplets. So it's strawberry, 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 strawberry. If this is the beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Strawberry, 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 strawberry. You can say blueberry, or you can just say triplet, triplet, triplet. But any three-syllable word that is evenly spaced, there you go. Okay, C to D. Now, this is the only part that might get a little tricky. There's two parts. This is hybrid picking. You're going to have to hit the low E and then use your middle finger on this note, which is an E, on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And then your little finger's on the 9th fret of the 2nd string. So there you go. You've got these two, and you're going to go hit those together, and then you're going to have to pick out this descending part here like this. So it's a triplet here in the D. So, but the first hit is a pick on a low note and a middle finger here. Then you start your picking. And so it's middle finger, upstroke, down, up, up. Now I'm going to let that low E ring, and I'm going to go down to my next shape, which is the 8th fret, 7th fret. Sorry. And this should be still ringing. Then you're going to go down to the 6th fret, 5th fret. Then you go down to the 4th fret, 4th fret, but this time my 2nd finger will stay, and my 3rd finger comes in here. All this is marked in the sheet music. So again, last time. Verse, E power chord, well, major chord I should say. It's a bar, E major chord, because you want all 4 of those notes. This is called E/D sharp, so you're going to have E, and then you're going to the first finger goes down a half step to the D sharp. So you've got F sharp minor, big bar chord here at the 2nd fret. I kind of did a 2-measure phrase there just to make it more interesting. Instead of pulsing it the whole time, I kind of strummed some 8th notes there like this. Pulse, pulse. Now B, same shape as the E, but it's at the 2nd fret because that's the B note. Then you're going to zip back up to the 7th fret, and that's the E major again. That's the verse. Right before the chorus, I have ending number 2. I'm going to do a percussive smack, and that prepares me for my upstroke anticipation of the D chord right before the next measure. So it's and that's A major, and then to an E. So the chorus is D major, A major, E major. So it's like. Now, A major, E major, E major. Chorus one more time. Whatever the drum fill tries to be right there. Okay, then there's another verse. We're not going to go through that again. Then there's another chorus. We're not going to go through that again. This time it goes to what would be considered a bridge or a chorus 2. Let's just call it some sort of a bridge. It's so catchy though that it could be called chorus number 2 if you really wanted to think of it that way. C sharp minor, pulsing 8th notes. Squeeze and release, just like we did before. See my left hand? Squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. That also saves you from holding it down so tightly the whole time. It's this nice little pulsing kind of a feeling. I also collapse here, just for cleanliness. Now, F sharp major. Now, in the verse, we had a minor chord, which no second finger. Major, you add the second finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Which is that rhythm we did before. Pulse, and then 8th notes. Then we have E, pulse, D, A. C sharp minor. Back to another verse. So those are the parts. At the very end, I'm going to jump to... Sorry about this, so many pages here. At the end where we have, I'm going to start at measure 26. Okay, so you could see how it was a same kind of a thing, where it was that chorus, try with a little help from my friends, and then nearing the end of it, let's look at measure 30, 31, 32, 33, it goes, then right into 36, there's a D chord on the and of 4, try with a little help from my friends, with a little help from my friends. See what I mean? So it's this is what's called a coda. What is a coda? At the end of a song structure, it's a section of a song that never happened before. So they did these chords before, but not in this way, and then they didn't go into this descending. Now you could argue with me and say, well, at the beginning there was a C to a D. Yeah. So maybe instead of saying it as a coda, let's just call it bookends. Your argument would be correct if you wanted to argue. Bookends. It started with the C ascending to a D and then an E chord. So at the end, C, D, E chord again. Okay, I'll live with that. It's different in the beginning. There's triplets in the beginning. This has the descending melody to the E chord. So it's variation on the bookends. Call it that way. Here we go. Little help from my friends, with a little help from my friend. Okay, so what am I doing there? Hybrid picking. Hold the pick still. Take middle finger, and then, I guess middle finger the whole time might be, or A finger and then middle finger, however you feel comfortable. And you're going to pick this melody here like this. You see the pick every single time. But now I'm going to descend. And then back to the pick. E major. I'll do it again slow. Alright, a lot of material there. Nice pulsing bar chords. Some hybrid picking on those two sections. And really a great bar chord workout and where you squeeze and release with the eighth notes. And then some little bit of hybrid picking in there. Classic Beatles song. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.